Great welcome to you, Saif. In this short session, we will discuss a recent test that's we've done at Data Trust with respect to Plan to Go for testing the cyber attack, and also implement fixes, and then talk about awareness training at Plan to Go. What we did was we sent an email to Plan to Go for which can be called as a spear phishing email, and it would show as if it's appearing from D. Cormac at Plan to Go, and the file contained malware, and then that was in the email. So Data Trust Mobile Action Unit was able to track the percentage of staff who opened the attached file. It was found that 87%, which is a big number, clicked on the attached file and would have executed any payload attached to the file if this was a real attack. Now, what we intend to do is implement technological fixes, and there are 9 different ways we can fix these things, and some of them are configuring mail servers, and then domain key identification, domain message authentication, reporting and conformance. Secondary form of email verification. This can be accomplished by implementing a service such as PGP, GPGs, SMIME, etc. And I believe you also have other ideas about this, which we will share as we move along in future. Then maintain up-to-date patches, network segmentation, avoid phishing attempts from within the domain, and then enforcing multi-factor authentication. This is something that is being used quite a bit these days, and that's one of the things that Plan to Go doesn't have, so we will have to look at how we can implement that. And in addition to this multi-factor authentication, logging and notification should be configured to monitor for suspicious logins. Now, unless there is a business need for them, the PDP and RMAP protocol should be disabled. So only be given to those people who really need it. And highly targeted attacks are more difficult to prevent. This is where tools like DNS test will generate hundreds of deep blanker domains that attackers could use for phishing attacks. These domains can then be added to the block list. So this is in a very short, if you like, marathon kind of a race with this particular slide. So letter emails, which does the senders match someone you know, does the reply address match the sender, and so on. And then SMS a person received, do you actually bank with that bank? The people are doing banking on their mobiles and so on, and receiving SMS and related possibilities exist, like the number being fake and all that. And then the technology phone calls. I'm skimming through this because you're quite aware, and we are hoping that we will provide this in detail as awareness training in future to Plan to Go. So the technological phone calls are important, and they can be a source of external threats. So things like central directory and research company, what should you really give them, and so on. Those things are very important during a phone call. So the behavior on the phone is quite important, as has been elaborated here. I won't belabor the issue here because we're going to talk about it hopefully with your team and people in future. Now over to you for these questions. The ones in black were the ones you sent, and you can ask them again and add to them if you like, and I'll try and answer them. Please go for it.
Thank you, Kim. It was really great. And I think Plan to Go appreciates your fixes for the defects and all the recommendations. I'm not too sure if an appetite for the awareness training at the moment. Yeah, but I think that's something we are not too keen at the moment. However, I do have some questions about this. Uh, the original spam email, did you use one of your own server, or you use a third-party service providers to create the spam email?
No, we, being your trusted data service provider, we have been aware of the recent situations, and so we sent it ourselves, and we monitored this test ourselves to assess the response from ground to ghost also. It was totally our doing.
The figure of 80%, it's very intriguing as well as a bit disturbing as well. So, is there any previous instances where you think that Plan to Go has such instances, or this is the first time you carried out a test?
No, this is the first time, and it is a serious situation, as you've rightly observed, and it warrants immediate action.
Okay. Just few questions in terms of, because you brought the topic of a fairness training. What is it going to be face-to-face? What is the duration? What is going to be the cost of the training? As well as, if my team is spread across different geographical location, how are you going to cover it? Would you be able to answer that?
Yes, you asked three questions in one, which is wonderful, and you said them. So we, in answering that, I will also separate them so that each part of your each question of yours is answered. Yeah, we will have a seminar, including a questionnaire survey, to ensure that increase in knowledge does occur. And this will be a 2-hour session. So the seminar, the first part would be where we'll talk about things, and then we'll have a questionnaire survey, which will be done online. The training will be online or face-to-face. So this is a combination, because the folks in Sydney, we will be directly dealing with the face-to-face, where we'll provide the person to go to your offices in a classroom. And for others who are, as you mentioned, you're spread geographically, for others, there will be an online session, and that will be managed via an online setup. So you ask about the cost of it all, but at this point of time, at a rate of $150 per hour per employee on average, for 2 hours each, the estimated total at present is $300 into 30, because you've got 30 people. The estimated total is expected to be a figure of $9,000. Is that too much, or not at all with your company, the way that you guys are earning money these days? Now that COVID situation is through, the travel has started, so you must be raking money.
No, I don't think it's a matter of the cost pressures are heavy, Kim, and the salaries have gone the roof because of the labor shortages in each area. So the bottom line, there is a stress on bottom line. And as I said at the start of this questionnaire, that we do appreciate and accept the fixes provided by Data Trust. However, training is not something that we are looking at the moment. We do have our internal modules on security and training, which we try to enforce to the associates. But however, at this point in time, an additional spend of $9,000 doesn't seem likely to me.
Thank you very much. Just the same, and let's finish here. So take care and all the best, and thanks a lot.